Hello world, Steph here with today's edition of Soil and Soul on Sacred Earth Essentials, where I believe the earth is sacred and you are too. Thank you for being here. We're going to begin a series here on Soil and Soul focused on herbs. So the herbal series, the introduction to herbalism for many of you, and this way I can give you some more plant-specific information during our time together on these brief check-ins. And today I'm going to discuss one of my favorite plants with you. I'll probably say that about many plants. Let's see, is this better? No, I'll give you a little more light. One of my favorite plants, which is lavender, lavandula angustifolia. So I don't know, let's see here. If you can see that lavender in there, it's definitely dried, and you can still see a little bit of the purple, the violet color, the violet gray. So lavender is a native plant to the Mediterranean region, and it typically grows in well-drained, sandy soil. It likes full sun. It, in those climates, is low maintenance in regard to fertilizer goes. You would only need to add a top dressing and some compost after the first couple of seasons. It is it's considered a shrub, a perennial. It has woody branches that are similar to rosemary branches. And then after the first couple of years, you will finally get a strong blossom crop. The first couple of seasons, you will not get the beautiful purple flowers that grow on the top of this beautiful plant. And so you have to be patient with this plant. And as lavender helps us to calm down and helps us with our anxiety and helps us to be patient, we also have to be patient with lavender as it grows. And Yoda is here being patient with me as I provide you with this video. So lavender, it can grow in zones 4 through 9, thriving in the warmer climates, and will grow about 2 to 3 feet tall. In Vermont, it's a plant that's at risk in the winter, so it has to be covered in a thick layer of mulch. You can also grow lavender indoors, and if you have an indoor grow room, it would be nice to consider including other herbs within your grow room, such as lavender, for example. It can be grown from the seeds or from the cuttings. And if you live in a climate like Vermont, you can even focus on taking cuttings and growing plants indoors in a nursery from those plants. So lavender also has a rich history of use, a rich medicinal value, and a rich aesthetic value, especially in things like soaps, fragrant oils. Essential oil is very popular in dream pillows. It is used in teas. I brewed up some lavender tea here before I began this video. So when you are first beginning herbalism, when you are beginning to learn, say hi Yoda, there's Yoda. When you are beginning to learn herbalism, one of the things that we did at Sage Mountain Herbal Retreat Center was that we were able to taste each plant in a tea form just by itself, just simple, one plant at a time. And when you do that, you can really get to know the taste, the aroma, the feel of the plant, because different plants have different levels of like mucilage in it. So there's that different thickness on the tongue, for example. And so when you get to taste each one separately, not only do you get to know each plant better, but then you also learn what your preferences are and how to make better blends. And hopefully you don't have a drooly dog around while you're making your tea. And so this has been seeping for at least 15 minutes. And what you could do if you could strain it, you would grab a strainer and then another container and strain it into the other container so that Yoda's walking under the desk. I apologize. So all right. You can strain it so that when you're drinking it, you're not drinking the small pieces of lavender if that bothers you. If it doesn't bother you, you can also just drink those pieces of lavender and chew on them. Lavender essential oil is an excellent thing to carry around with you if you're prone to stress or anxiety, and at any moment you can just pull out your small container of lavender oil or spritzer. If you make a spritzer, you can even make lavender gummies. Oh, by itself, it's delicious. I love that taste. So your homework is to try some lavender tea just by itself if you can. I am an affiliate with Mountain Rose Herbs, so as well as Star West Herbals. So if you'd like to purchase lavender or any lavender products through those affiliate links, just look for the link below. And you can also make not only tea but your own oil. I have some lavender soaking in sunflower oil downstairs to add to a special pain relieving massage blend that I am making. So lavender works excellently both internally as a tea, externally as a salve, as a cream, even as a poultice, as a foot soak. It goes in salts. It also can be found in cheese and even cotton candy. So I love lavender because there are so many uses for lavender. If you've ever gone to a lavender field here in Vermont, there's Lavender Essentials of Vermont up in Derby on the Canadian border. Exquisite view, exquisite lavender there. And you get to support a small farm local business. So you can blend this in your teas. You can put it in a little pillow, a dream pillow, or a sachet to carry around with you. You can carry around the essential oil. You can make lavender included in lozenges. You can also hang lavender or put it in your dresser or your closet, for example. So when you can even, it's safe to use with animals and children. So it helps to comfort the stomach. It can be used in colic, or if you have a stomach ache for other reasons. It's also used for irritable bowel syndrome. It can be used as an insect repellent, a restorative tonic. It helps to treat halitosis, as well as rheumatoidism, bronchitis, sprains, asthma. It helps to relieve toothaches and neuralgia. It is also a very useful aid for insomnia and can even help to restore power to nerves that have been damaged or are debilitated. And when we look at when we look at society and all of the stress that we're all dealing with, it seems to me like lavender is an essential plant to include in your herbal cabinet, in your herbal first aid kit, in your self-care kit, whatever it is that you would like to call it. It is also an antimicrobial, has soothing properties to the skin. It can be used directly on the skin. If you have sensitive skin, you would want to dilute it with a carrier oil. And let's see here. It helps to promote relaxation and well-being. Many of you know this already. It's an essential herb to know, which is one of the reasons I'm starting with it today. It's also, Rosemary Gladstar is coming up here on the 19th, a special class online on nervines, and lavender is a nervine. So if you would like to learn more from the star of herbalism, from the godmother of herbalism herself, Rosemary Gladstar, please check out her upcoming online workshop, her virtual workshop on nervines. And it also helps with migraines. That's right. So lavender and feverfew are my two number one go-tos for whenever I get a migraine. So some of the actions, some of the words, no yoda, that describe its actions are analgesic, anticonvulsive. It works as an antidepressant, antimicrobial. It's anti-rheumatic, antiseptic, antispasmodic, antitoxic. It's a carminative. It functions as a coagulog, a choleric, a cicatrisant, a diuretic, an emmenagogue, an hypotensive, nervine, sedative, and even sometimes as a stimulant. It also has other actions as well. And as always, consult with your primary healthcare physician before trying any herbs. And I am not giving medical advice, purely providing information from my personal experience, from some books, and for your entertainment. And it also has over 1,000 constituents in it. It's very strong in terpenes. And it includes linolyl acetate, linolol, lavandulol, lavandylyl acetate, terpineol, cineol, limonene, oxamine, and caryophyllene. So it is also packed full of terpenes. So if you are practicing herbalism or practicing to become a cannabis aficionado, a gangier, I would also suggest collecting a bunch of different herbs that you might be able to discern and better recognize those specific flavors and scents when assessing cannabis, as well as all of the different benefits that you will gain from expanding your palates and your herbal repertoire, as well as helping to nourish your nervous system, right? And the nervous systems of those around you. And as you begin to emanate the same qualities of what you ingest. If we are what we eat, then when we are ingesting herbs that are healthy for us, we also begin to carry those qualities not only within our internal physiology, but also also in our energetics and how we carry that into the world. And so without soil, we wouldn't have lavender. And without lavender, we would not have such a beautiful plant to help calm our souls in times of stress. And so I urge you folks to learn more about saving soil, and making conscious, earth conscious, and human rights conscious choices with your purchasing power out there in the world. And I also hope that you enjoy your introduction to herbal series here with our Soil and Soul 2023 on Sacred Earth Essentials. Cheers, choose, salud. No honey in that. And so to end today's quick Soil and Soul, I'm going to go ahead and pull an herbal card for you since we are indoors today and are beginning to do the herbal series for this year on Soil and Soul. It's winter here in Vermont, working with what I have. And I think that it's essential to learn about these beautiful and medicinal plants that grow here on this amazing planet Earth. And that when we begin to deepen our relationship with the plants, our relationship with self-care, and our relationship with the earth, we begin to see deeper into the reality of our interwovenness, the reality of how we are connected to the earth, and that when we take care of the earth, it benefits all of us. So the ones that flew out, he's such a, I think he should be in the movies, Yoda. He loves attention. So the two that flew out were peppermint, Mentha piperita, which goes excellent with lavender and also is used in having migraines. It's a cross between watermint and spearmint. And this peppermint grows up to 35 inches tall. Due to its volatile oil content, it's traditionally used as a digestive aid and remedy for digestive issues. It's also a common flavoring herb, as you well know, in toothpaste, mouthwash, and other edible products. In Greek mythology, Hades seduced the nymph Minth, and his wife, Persephone, became enraged with jealousy and turned Minth into a plant that people would constantly walk on. Outraged, Hades imbued the plant with peppermint, ensuring those who stepped on it would smell the enticing aroma and remember Minth and her beauty. Those Greek gods were quite vengeful at times, eh? No, Yoda, please don't. Please don't, Yoda. And holy basil also came out, which goes excellent with lavender. Holy basil, Tulsi, a shrubby plant that grows up to 3 feet high with green and purple leaves that grow on opposites. It really also grows well next to lavender. I think peppermint, lavender, and holy basil all go well together in the garden. It has a long history as a remedy for respiratory ailments. Holy basil is hailed as an effective decongestant and mucus thinner. It's respected amongst herbalists as a powerful plant medicine in the treatment of cancers due to its high antioxidant properties. The queen of herbs in India. Early historical writings on holy basil say it exists only to drive men insane. Ancient Greeks and Romans associated the herb with hatred and planted it while swearing and ranting in anger. It is also believed to have grown from the ground at the site where Christ was crucified and is celebrated in Grecian annual Saint Basil Day feast, Basilio. So today we can remember what we learned about lavender and carry that nice calming energy from lavender into the rest of our day. And remember that without soil, we wouldn't have any of these beautiful plants or ourselves. So I hope you all will be at peace and be a blessing today, and go check you out some lavender. And don't forget, the earth is sacred. And so, there you go. Bye.